Hey everyone, my name is C. Thanks for tuning in. This video is part 1 of 2 about the keratin treatment. I am someone that has had kinky, crazy, curly hair for my entire life, and I'll slide in some pictures so you can see how bad it was. But essentially, I had really big frizzy hair, could never cut it, and as you can see right now, my hair is perfectly straight. And I'm calling this part 1 of my video because this is immediately after I had the keratin treatment. There are a couple of videos on YouTube that talk about the keratin treatment, how yay, my hair's straight, oh my god, and I'm someone that gets my hair flat ironed, quite regularly. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the process and what you need to know. The first thing was that I went in with dry hair, and my stylist, Bill, who's at Swank Salon in downtown Phoenix. So if you're in the Valley and you're looking for someone to get the keratin treatment done, that's really great. Bill would be it, and I'll put the information for them down in the bottom bar. So he started off by washing my hair with a kind of detoxifying shampoo, and got it all, back to curly and back to normal, all that, fun, kinky, curly stuff. And then we went right into the product. Now, the product he used, I believe, was called Smooth, and it's the keratin without the formaldehyde. That was really important for both of us. I didn't want him to get sick. I didn't want to get sick from the formaldehyde. So we were really, adamant about using a formaldehyde-free product. I want to warn you guys, it actually smells kind of like a perm, and oops, sorry about that, rant. Lone hair going a little crazy. For the most part, it smells like old school perm, like that rotten eggsy kind of, it's not a happy smell. So he put that on section by section, and it takes a while. I mean, I have a lot of hair, even though it's relatively thin. I have a ton of hair. So it takes a while to go through and put everything on. And then because, the type of curl that you have in your hair, the amount of curl you have in the hair, whether it's waved to crazy, kinky, curly like mine was, with a lot of frizz, determines the length of time you're going to have product on for. So I was right around the 28-minute mark, 30 being the cap, and again, my hair has always been a big problem, and it's very long, as you can see. So I have a lot of hair to deal with, so I kept the hair on, or the product on for about half an hour. Then at that point, he went and rinsed me. And then he used an extremely hydrating conditioner. So we got all the product out, and then put the deep conditioning treatment on. It was like more of a mask, and it was on for about 2 minutes. And then he rinsed that off, and then we went back to the chair. So at that point, my hair was wet, and for the first time in my life, my hair was actually straight. I mean, it was wet and it was straight. It was just like one of those, well, curly girls, you cry when you, you see that happening. It's just not something you ever expected to happen to you. So my hair was straight, and it was really it had a gummy texture, but that's normal because the product will make it feel a little funny. And then he began brushing it out very slowly, and then kind of a little bit of a blow dry. And then there's a special flat iron that your stylist needs to use to make sure that the product kind of sinks into the hair, and I forget the word he used, but it basically so that it does what it needs to do so that your hair stays like this. And that was basically it. The flat ironing process took a long time again because each section has to be done, very small little sections and close to the scalp, but never on the scalp. And that's another thing too. I've heard a lot of people complaining about hair falling out after the treatment. And I asked Bill about that specifically because, well, no one wants to go to the salon and leave bald, right? So I asked Bill about that, and it mainly is an error in application. Excuse me. It's an error in application that the stylist is getting it on the scalp, and they're not flat ironing it right. So what happens is, because the product is so strong, it ends up kind of breaking the hair off. And so it's not necessarily falling out at the root, like you're not losing your follicle, but it's breaking off at the side and then kind of like that. So it's an error in application. So make sure when you find somebody to do your keratin treatment that it's, that it's someone really reputable. Check up on them, ask for, check on Yelp. Yelp's really good about that type of stuff. To find reviews on people doing the treatment, that type of thing. So essentially, once the flat ironing process was done, we put a little just styling cream on there to keep my little flyaways down and my little frizzes, because it still happens that I actually have very odd texture kind of around my hairline. So we have to make sure that we had to go over that a couple of times and make sure everything was perfectly straight. So like I said, as you can see, it is perfectly straight right now, and I'm recording this on Wednesday, March 16th, and I will post on Sunday, the video, I cannot have it wet for 72 hours. Can't sweat, can't, you know, if I take a shower, I got to put it up, you know, in a shower cap and all that stuff. Cannot get it wet. If I do get it wet, I have a couple of, I have to take a flat iron and kind of fix it as much as I can. But absolutely no moisture. So if you're getting this done, kind of similar to a perm, and we all know from Legally Blonde, cardinal rule of perms, you can't get your hair wet for like 72 hours. Same thing with the keratin treatment. Can't get it wet for 72 hours. So I will be back with another video, and you can click on me when the link is active so you can watch that video and you can see what happened after I washed my hair and make the decision for yourself and whether the keratin treatment's right for you. I'm thrilled so far. I mean, obviously my hair is still a little stinky, and it's going to be a little stinky from the product for, I think you said, a couple of weeks. It's not, you know, completely rancid, but it's not the happiest smell in the world either. But anyway, so thanks for checking out this video. Hope this was helpful to you in making the decision on whether you want to get the keratin treatment. And check back soon for part 2. Thanks, you guys. Bye.